Hello, and welcome to my channel. If you've not seen me before, my name is Lisa, but can go by Liz or Lise, and I hope you're having a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you may be. My streams, they're for more mature audiences, so please do keep that in mind as you watch this playthrough. Also, of course, too, if you're enjoying the content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah, enjoy! Hello, it's Future Me, Past Me, here to tell you as a PSA that there are some flashing moments in this game. That is, ever since the update dropped for 2.9.0, as well as the DLC. It's mostly very subtle, but it happened when I was getting items, that is from the, I believe, crafting bench, and if not, even also the Jam Jamboree stand. It just so happened that just receiving the items very quickly, it was flashy too, anytime that happened. And also in the DLC itself, it happened. There's one particular area, you could say, with the garden, that off to the right, there's just this hedge that likes to flash a little bit. I just want to put that warning out there. It's not super terrible, but in case you are someone who is sensitive to that, just thought I'd put this warning in here. So keep that in mind, and hopefully in the future, they will have that patched out and updated. But of course, too, please enjoy the video starting now. Let's go ahead and jump into Hello Kitty Island Adventure today and see what we can do. And alas, if you saw the last part, you did not see an extra bit of video because, unfortunately, even though I waited it out, the Starfall decided to not fall in the DLC. Instead, it was like, Rainbow Reef. So I'm a little bitter about the fact that it, one, crashed when the Starfall was happening in the DLC, and two, that it decided to not actually happen at all. So, I fear, thank you, that the game is cursed in the sense of that particular... Hello, buddies. Well, cabin. But who knows? Maybe I'm just unlucky, and that also can be the case.
Gah! Did you see that prank that Kurumi pulled? It was really good. I know, that's the problem. How are we going to do better than that? And reclaim our title as the spookiest demons around?
I mean, it'll be hard. You're too cute.
You're not helping.
Still trying to come up with a trick for Kurumi?
What if we fill the spooky swamp with pumpkins?
I mean, that seems more helping than hurting.
We could make a potion. Yeah.
Kurumi loves potions.
No! She's foiled my every plot before it starts.
Truly tragic. She is the queen of Halloween.
Don't give up. I'm sure you'll think of something.
Okay. What? Ah. Huh. Uh-huh. We all see it on the screen. It's dead to me right now. But what? Interlude of Dreams starts in 4 days. Curiouser and curiouser, the events continue. Okay. I'm also just taken back by the outfit. But, here we go. Baking buddies. Bake a treat. Apparently bake 2 treats. We'll have that done in no time. You know what, buddy? I want to know why you want quests done, because you don't really have anything going for you, but also, I was gonna commence some food things, so looks like the game is giving me that extra push that I always wanted, that I always needed, but, I'm still a little bitter about some stuff. So, we'll see what happens. And there we go. Too much cheese. Easy. Might as well do this the easy way. Trick or treat. So creative, so cute. Super trick or treat. So we are gonna have to also have 10 of the treats, food, etc. So that's something to keep in mind. Oh gosh. Sorry. Here. Oh, kept it warm for us. Oh, thank you, buddy. Sorry about the torch. Then do it. A trick? Well, I must have something around here. Water balloon. Thank you. Because of course, since we already got 3. That's all we were gonna get. I really don't know how I want to do this, but I'll do it this way. Sorry, back here. Well, I'll make this stuff later. At least that's the plan. Gonna make more unless we get lucky today. Which I'm having my doubts. But I can hope for the best, and that's all I can really ask for, right? Go here. And then collect. Do this, and then collect. So again, though, when it comes to the flowers, I am really happy, unless they do something silly, that it's not dependent on us actually being in the game. If I skip, then they will still spawn, which is really great. Interesting that it didn't spawn there. Oops, don't want to actually go in there. But yeah, so I also went around and I collected some, of course, the weather phenomena that did happen. AKA the beautiful starfall that happened a while back, but then it did snow, so I was trying to collect the snow knolls, and then of course from the rain that fell, and collect the beautiful rain drops as well. Just waiting to see, but nothing happened because of the time that I logged in, and then once it finally occurred, it was only but in, well, the reef. So again, pretty disappointing since it crashed otherwise. But I do know the game doesn't seem to, of course, load with a weather phenomena. You have to be in it. So what's happening right now, I think, is what's gonna happen yesterday. Where it's gonna show that's gonna happen later in the air quotes evening, but it's not gonna happen until evening proper on a next cycle. Now, I have not been going to that board. What is today? 3 spark. Wow. But it also has started. It just depends on where it's at for the weather. Which I can be happy for or very disappointed by. And right now I'm very disappointed by, because again, as long as it doesn't crash, but I am very tempted to see what I can do with the game. Though I'm also very worried, because trying to force the weather to happen, not so great, but maybe we'll have a doubling duo to help, maybe. I missed you. Whoops. Not usually don't go, I guess, through that way. It's fine though. I would have also had a different buddy to help us out, maybe, but I'm not too pressed about it. I've taken my chill pill. as best I can. I also know it snowed at some point at the icy or in the icy peak area, and I have not gone back since. Oops. Is all I can say for that. Okay, she is over here. So we'll go ahead and do that. Because she didn't go to the beach yet. I mean, it's not time, I guess. I don't really remember what time she heads. When she does, too, for the sake of doing so. Unfortunate. There we go. Because we gotta get that light stone. And there we go. Now I'm also curious. So, they're all the masters of tricks of the trade. Will you change outfits? You do. Because I mean, we got his outfit, so I was like, what? I love it. But also I was like, is it true? Is it really a thing that's possible? And it certainly is. So, I mean, I guess I've been patient enough. Change outfits. Okay, this is the spooky celebration Lolita outfit. And then the spooky patch outfit. And of course the pirate outfit. And then of course the regular, you could say, spooky witch outfit. Imagination celebration outfit. Of course the scholastic cheer, friendship festival. And most importantly, magical Kurumi outfit, which I think is funny that you can put them in it whenever you want. Oh man. I think I'll go with this for now and then switch to the one later, but I like it a lot. And then for you, I have a question. So it's not nighttime anymore, that's why we can't ask him about trick-or-treating. Okay, you have a bit more, but you also have a spooky fancy witch outfit. Of course, the Sunshine Celebration Beach outfit, and then the My Melody Pirate, and of course, again, the magical Pink Berry. For the Scholastic Jams, and then of course, you also have a Lolita. Huh. What's curious to me about these is the fact that there wasn't anything for them yet. They just are there. Am I breaking sequence? Which, speaking of sequence, they weren't technically in anything. And now they are. Well. Well then. Oh. Anyways, yep, you just go wherever you want, my guy. Huh. I'm just so curious. Who else also has an outfit? Dang it. I mean, I would hope that, I mean, well, not necessarily them. Because if I were to talk to Mocha, Change outfits. Yeah. Disappointment. Don't look. Don't look. Or this, I'm disappointed. I wasn't surprised about that, but I'm talking about everyone else that is the main cast. The magic, the mystery did not happen. But I am trying to collect the flowers. I wouldn't necessarily have her with me, but I have her with me. And Cinnamon Roll is already dressed for the occasion, so I'm not too worried about that, at least for now, until, well, something happens. But I mean, that cutscene happened with him and it seemed to be just fine. Question mark? Though, speaking of, he's just been in this. No rhyme or reason. Even though, again, we were told, no, yeah. Oh, you hurt my soul. Jubilee. 50th. Winter. No, why? Why can't Choco Cat look be cool? I mean, he does look cool right now, but I mean, cool for the time of year. Always being left out. Like, you couldn't even give him, like, a headpiece. I have a question. Outfits. Sorry. Same energy. Ugh. I mean, you can kind of tell who's involved, but that doesn't mean that this is a waste. Gonna feel a little bit like a waste in a moment, isn't it, though? I have a question. Outfits? She's got 2 for the 50th. 3 for the 50th. Oh, the disappointment! No, bro! No! This is my favorite time of year, and they're disappointing me left and right. Okay. Bye. Hi. I'm back. I was contemplating of and where I wanted to do this, because actually I need to do the thing elsewhere. That's the problem. Whoopsies. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. That's what was going through my head, because I was like, wait a minute, none of this is it, right? No. Dude, all because he was a part of that little cutscene. And the others... Oh my god. Frustrating. Frustrating. Alright. It is at the other machine. That's what I don't make enough stuff. And then he's still in that outfit. I have not changed Karopi's again. I've been too butthurt. I have a question. Change outfits. He's got his own set to enjoy. from that for now. Dang. They really could have fun with the costumes. Unfortunate. Okay, though. At the same time, I guess. I forgot about you guys. As one does when you don't go and look at where everyone is. Whoops. Mistakes were made. Yes. I just turn into a thing. I am forgetting which one. Well, that's fine. I think it's the other. But I know it's just DLC items. Oh, forgot the disappointment in this. The name of it, that is. I understand why they have the exclamation point. But I think that's pretty confusing. I'm staring at it like... Why? Alright, they're here. But I'm totally not remembering where the other one was, since it wasn't here. Uh-oh. It was here. So yeah, this is a little confusing. But, well. Since I'm here, I don't think the exclamation point should be here. But I'm going to take the peek for this to see what is this. Now, obviously, they don't have the pleather and treasure of eggs as once was, but that's okay. It's worth it for these dishes. So until I have the answer for said dishes. Okay, I got my answers, and the disappointment still definitely goes on, but alas, you know, when you cook things, so I won't do the rest, but I will just speed through that. So no main, and then again all the options, but then the other which of course takes more of that, and the rest are just a bunch of, oh my gosh, I meant to hit the other button, repeats, which again is a little frustrating when it's just, I mean, again, it's cool, but it's just a little, because then it's just the same thing over and over again. But this is a veggie version of it. I mean, I don't know what, oh my gosh. Keep pointing to hit the wrong one. It means to have and be a veggie, but it is. When also this is considered meat. I mean, again, the game is the one who claims it, but I guess I didn't double check the pan, but there we have it. So again, these three are what fill out the rest. I hate that it does that, but that's what the three other recipes were and were about. But yay, again, for new recipes and for new items, but boo for the fact that it's just three of the same thing, and then this has literally nothing new, and it's just like, but why though? These are my questions. But we're done with that. And again, we just have to wait till later, whatever that means, and I'm sure the game will troll me or something, but Maybe the game won't. Maybe the game will be nice. But don't need you anymore. I'm gonna call you again. And I actually wanted to also do one other thing. So again, it blipped out of existence, but claimed there was still one left. So of course this is just one day, so it's not gonna really make a huge difference, but okay. I collected it. We'll check it out later. Because I do want to go here to talk to them because I keep on forgetting about them. I'm done. Wait a minute. I'm not done. So. Just maximizing on the dust. And then we will, I guess, go here since we're here. The sound of disappointment. I'm kidding. Sort of. We'll go back here to the plaza and we're gonna actually talk to the knoll. As long as I don't hit the wrong button. Perfect. Okay, yeah, so good. It's fixed. Again, the last time it said there was one and I was like, I think that's incorrect. Fair enough. I haven't gone over there, so I was just curious. And then, of course, those are regular. Okay, not too much going on out and about, which is totally fine by me. I guess at this point we'll go to the usual spot. And then of course we'll swap out because, you know, gotta have the best bestie with us. Let alone I should probably have her when I'm also at the you-know-where station, because we did reach it. Although it looks impossible, it was. Okay. Still happening, the magic. Again, it's maybe not the same kind of magic that, you know, I'm looking for, but it was magical all the same. And that's the important part. Now there's also some other magic that I want to do too. I don't know if it's going to do anything. I have no idea. But I'm hopeful for it. But I'm not sure how it's going to work. Cool. I'll take it. And then... oh gosh.
She's not supposed to be here.
Like, chill out, game. It's not that serious.
She's not supposed to.
Like, she would be able to. Let's go. Then we'll go here, and then of course again, also her ability. Oh my gosh, it's there. Hilarious. It's on the easy side though, and I'm not really good with the timing for easy, but I am ever so curious about the moonbeam. Again, it was only one. So I'm kind of like... blinks. You know, multiple times. But hey, the joy of almost getting two, right? The adrenaline rush. 144 to 143. There it is. I totally do not remember how to do this. Got it. I already got the 50-50 on that. So... That's right, we get two. Again, why is it only one? I couldn't tell you, but that was hilarious. Alright, so... Thank you. I mean, at first I was really excited that they were added, and then they're like, actually, we're just gonna have to make that harder for you. I mean, I haven't done anything with them too much. I've gotten what? Maybe just a handful of stuff. But they're just making it, I think, extra complicated for no reason to get the stuff. That means you gotta play more. But it doesn't matter if you don't log in anyways. You might as well just leave it. Alright. I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. Let's do it this way. Let's take this out. This hasn't even bloomed yet. I'm kind of tempted to take it out. I think I need you. I'm gonna leave this there. I don't think I'm gonna have anything with these. I don't know what to do about the freaking other ones there. Ugh. No good. Especially the anemones. I don't want the white really. Or this. Just carefully. And the anemones did their work. This worked. Even though I haven't really called it out, but that worked. I don't know if it matters. I really don't. I mean, at the end of the day, it could be anything, right? That's the real takeaway. Okay. Let's do this. Cool. Again, just having some experimenting fun. Nothing super in stone about it all. Yeah, debating. Do I collect them? Of course. Oh, hi, buddy. They just float down. Didn't see any balloons. Okay. We're also going to do some reworking on the other patch that we have. But then that means I kind of need other... As I said, I swapped her on purpose to have practice. So, I'm gonna leave you. Call you. Maybe. I mean, what can I even do with these? I'm still mad. Like, what's the point? I mean, at most, I guess I just already have the coral. But then how am I gonna get teal? I don't flippin' get it. And then technically I have a mint, kind of. I'm not gonna think about it. Nice. Even though she kind of wasn't here, but I'm curious about something too. I know I didn't go to her either with you know who, but I have a question. Will you change outfits? Oh! Mass Garden outfit. And of course the festival. Man, I do wish that she could have a little bit more. That's a little unfortunate. To say the least. Oh no! Oh, I fudged that up. Okay. Anyways. So I'll go back to her post, as it were, and we'll continue forth through. Because of course we're not done with the mass chaos that I want to cause when it comes to these flowers. So it's a lot of work. You know, also it's a lot of mind games. Which I'm here for. But I'm also not here for it another way. Since I haven't done anything, I'm just gonna do it this way. Wow, to have 17 is crazy. It doesn't feel real. Yep, it was... Why? It's so weird to me. Okay. That's happening. Which is great. Good on ya. That happened. That's fine. I'm like, did I really want that to happen? Sure. This. The magenta. The magenta. Again, I'm also gonna leave some patches open on purpose. I'm just gonna take this out. Put a magenta over here too. Take that out, and I don't know if one is, if it's already is, if it can do anything. That's something I don't really know. I'm gonna do that. Because, I mean, well, besides some of them, yes, they can. But, I mean, for some of these other ones, I'm kind of like, I think they're done for. Or they're just magically do a thing, which I guess I don't really want that there. I don't know. Oh well. I can leave again, leave patches, it's fine. Ooh. Okay, that's fine too. Nothing needs to happen right now. It is struggling with all those flower choices and decisions. Wowzers. But, yeah, that takes care of all that I want to do for here, I guess, for sure, yeah. I guess we'll do this, though. I mean, I gotta collect them as well. For the sake of turning them into the precious fertilizer that I'm just so keen on, you know. Making stuff happen. These will be ready next time, technically, too, because I didn't go here yesterday. They're my least favorites. Also because they were kind of a pain. Nice to plant in the first place. Grab that sparkle. Grab this sparkle for the heck of it. And then we are going to go in here to collect. Because why not? Huh. I don't think I've ever had it at this angle before. Usually it zooms in very differently. I don't even remember if that happened the last time. It's been that long. Alright, we're gonna let go of DLC character and bring buddy old pal with us. Yes! In one of the rare places. And I know we didn't finish all the quests for the day or anything like that, but that's fine. Just to get the beautiful treats that we deserve, that we need to do the trades that we need and deserve. I haven't actually gone through this either to do this, just to see if there was anything else. And it looks like there wasn't anything else, so that's fine. That is for part 2. Just in case, you never know. It's not like we would be notified to begin with, so let's do it. Buddy breaking my heart one trade at a time. Okay, both of these are 10. Let's give it to the plant. Okay. Okay. Wow. Wow. Nice. I don't know if I'm gonna put a flooring down. Of course you would. Again, he's holding out till we have everything once, and then he's like, okay, well, here you go. Now you can have extra. I don't even know if we're gonna get enough treats for that. I mean, we should. Get bonus treats for when the time is right. Uh-huh. I don't know if I really want to do that. Sky plaid backpack. Of course he would. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, I keep on forgetting to also, because I haven't, I mean, besides what's there. Right. Oh. But besides that, I think it's really lame that the center color isn't different. I do wish it was like this. Like the ice cream. And like the way it looks already. I'll keep that in mind. And then I'll forget, but you know. I'll say that for right now. Because it would totally go better. But I don't really want to mess with this one. I was really happy to receive it with the deluxe version of game, so. It's here somewhere. Right here. Lilac. Yay. Again, it's very confusing. Not very obvious, but the sun's going down. Starfall will happen at some point. A little bit worried about it still, but as far as everything else, there we go, doing better for the spooky celebration. We're getting through them, though I really do think that's very interesting how we got Baku's vampire shirt, but the story of it isn't quite there. Of course, we did get the DLC food completed, but we also needed to get some things done here. Do think it's probably the lamest though that a lot of that was just repeated, but that's just me. On the other side of things though, yes, we made every noodle grass recipe apparently, and that again, that critter is what's holding us back a little bit for the DLC, which is again a little disappointing. But Buddy did help us out. Can't be too upset about that. So that leaves us now for the actual DLC portion of the game, aka, well, I gotta let him go for a little bit, but I'm not expecting too much, but we will be making some wands because we do need to make some food items and thus actually do a bit more backtracking to, of course, use the ones that we have here, including this one that we got last time, but in particular to go ahead and make this particular kind of subset where, you know, we can basically be whatever we dream of as long as we have 10 to make it. Besides that though, there really isn't much that we can do. Again, we have to get to 30 and we only just got to 26 and we're probably not even gonna make it halfway to 26, I'm assuming. But of course, before we totally dive in, there will be a cut and then we will get to it. So until I return. And as the sun is still setting, we are back and thus we go though. Now, being in it, it could happen if it wants to. The possibilities are endless. Or they end. And that's that. Again, though, we did not get to see the magical bit where we were able to, of course, well, get to the 26. But we'll at least see it increase. So that's exciting. Or I hope it will be exciting. For this though, cool. And then for this, not as magical as all the times before. But then that. Okay. The Rainbow Reef? Are you freaking kidding me? I'm gonna mess with it. Wayberry nom, nom nom nom. Give. I'm pissed. That's why we have the telepathy. That's so frustrating. Okay, so about halfway. Oh my gosh, though. That just sucks. Also, I wanted to check something. I don't think it's gonna do... Yeah, anything. I was just curious. I mean, I already technically did it. But this spot. But, ugh. That was weird. But frustrating. I did also, though, do a little bit of research, you could say, in the ways of how the bells toll. And I see what's being asked of us. Definitely a lot going on there. Yeah, I'm not ashamed to use a guide for it. I just wanted to know. I was curious. That would be nice. I forgot to that I didn't, you know, really, though, take in about what it wanted us to do for it, but I don't know how much I want to attempt that yet. Just, you know, to be in the right mood for, well, falling to the doom. But no, right mood to actually go through the process of going through the arches. But if you didn't want to, of course, do it the way that I'm doing it, in fact, do it the legit way. Basically, the markings that you see or have seen around the game, very subtle, but they are the answers, whoops, to solving it. Some of them, oh, I'm like, huh? Because the puzzle doesn't make sense to me, because there are straightforward ones, there are also secret ones. And of course it does, you know, show you as well, right, a pattern, but I don't really get all of that, but that's what's happening all about. So of course you do get it shown, but my brain is it's just not all the way there for puzzles like that. But like this, right? This is what you would want to basically take a screenshot of. Unless you got the most bestest excellent memory and can read shapes, which to be fair, some of them are at an angle, so I mean you sure know your shapes at an angle? I know I don't. Sorry. I want to free roam because I want to go here. Okay. That was my attempt to see what it was, and not impressed, so I'm not gonna do it. But instead what I will do is, of course, due to her ability, I'm gonna actually have her with us while we create. We gotta create item ones. I don't remember what I did, but I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna make it bronze because it doesn't matter to me. And let's do this first. So again, 10. So you got some ingredients back. So that's what her ability is. After all this time, right? Asking for something for a creation station of sorts, and yeah. So again, I don't think it's too fair because again, she is a DLC character, so I just am like, again, for anyone who just doesn't and who can't, right? That's what I'm talking about. But also, if you're curious, that's why I wasn't making So I was only making a face. Sorry, because I was like, how's this gonna look? I didn't remember. But, yeah. There we go. Noodle acquired. Oh my gosh. But we gotta do this again. Again, I do wish it told us how much fairy dust we had, not just you need 20 out of 20. But it's fine. That should not switch. Oh gosh, please. Why would we even damn? This needs to be fixed, dude. So bad. Maybe I actually want to make it green. Ugh. Like, what's the difference? I mean, besides the amount that you would have, I'm not a fan of this. We got some dust back. Oh my gosh, crazy. Save it. Otherwise, it'll freak out on me or some bullshit, and I'm just not about the bullshit. All right. I'm gonna do this, this, and now I gotta find it in this hellhole. Sorry. Sorry. I don't know why it's so trash. And then they fixed the tool bench. But then they have this looking like this still. I mean, I know it's the same thing for the creation station. Don't get me wrong. But why is it so bad? Why? Mm-hmm. Let's go! If only I had her sooner when I made ones. That is at the level that she's at, huh? Especially for when I made that one wand, right? Oh wait, she was. Oh, just can you imagine if we got a diamond back? Little tear falls. At the idea and thought of what could have been, but never was at the same time. All right, I found what I was looking for. I took a little bit extra time to figure it out, so in turn we're going to do this again, and then I gotta find it, but I just want to make sure I was making the right one because I didn't want to just make something and then just have it basically go to waste. But I made extras just in case too, because you never really know. Again, the order of where it's at is the only problem. Okay, that's weird. Because I thought I made enough. Unless I didn't. Oh. Did I just ignore it because I got distracted by those? I definitely could have done that. But no, one is right there. Nope, it's just right here. Okay, never mind. I only got distracted by everything else. But this is what I wanted. This is what I needed. And thus, there we go. Kind of boring, kind of plain. But thank you. I love it. Getting the stuff back. All the stuff that we deserved in the first place. Let's be fair. And honest with the truth. But yeah, kind of meh. Of course. Wow. Is this what you wanted? Also, it's huge, by the way. And again, sorry about the flashes. I do think this is very silly. It will steam later, apparently, but here, finally. Uh-huh. I like how also she has nothing to say about it. How the dream is real and alive, and yet... nothing. Silence is deafening. But the problem now is I gotta find this beautiful, beautiful place and time, which, again, we can kind of see them, but the problem is I don't remember where they are. So we're doing a lot of backtracking. I'm gonna let her go because I hate it up here. I think it's the weakest part of the game. But of course, let's have our wonderful helper here. Music! Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go actually too much further. I think that one was the stick, if I remember correctly. Luckily, I didn't realize how close the other fast travel was, so maybe this will be fine to see, and also those markings that will lead you to it. But yeah, that one is good to go. So I'm gonna go here. Get this because it's there. Be annoyed because these are here. Kidding, kind of, but I'm not. I'm like, did I really leave anything though? Did I truly take care of it all? Don't really know. Oh. Bad habit. Okay, I need to go this way. Okay, so this one was taken care of too. Again, the moments where I can control... Nice. Get up here. The fall, we're good. Anytime that I'm just free falling, bad. But that was that gate. So basically I need to go to this one. And then there were the other one is back the other way. Where we were normally. In the game. At least I remember that one. Okay. Again, I just do not get it. But we did become an actual food. One of the two. Don't know what that does for him. That was over there. I kind of feel like going back the lazy way. So I'm gonna do it that way. I'm gonna save it too. Sorry. Gotta be a little bit higher. Okay. And there we go. For the moment of being the bowl, for whatever reason. Don't ask me. And then is it that one or that one? I honestly do not remember. It just was randomly though earlier on, so that's all I remember. Okay, definitely not this one. Noted. All right. So of course not that one. This way. There it is. Before we change to this one for a silly gate for a wheat heart. So we'll save it again. So that should take care of all the gates. As far as I'm concerned, we did take care of the quest. So we've got 26. If we need more, I know what I need to do or could do. Again, it involves some looky-loos in certain places, but yep, 4 more. Because again, some of them I can't even activate because I don't have the right gems. So upon research, I figured it out. Now, that's what I mean by like, I mean, sure, they're on the ground, so you can count them, but I mean, you know, let's say you're not paying attention on the ground. Who says you can count? But I can't count. But there are secret ones around, and then there are regular. I wish the owl gave more information on what to do about all this, but alas, you know, that's a lot to ask, and frankly, you know, the game has other ideas. So the lovely internet does have, of course, some answers. Though I'm not entirely sure what it means. Right? When like, okay. And then like this is a thing, right? So it does show you, of course, that's exactly what I just did, but you gotta activate it. And surprise? Great. All right. I gotta say, it gets a little bit more intense. No! I went through it the wrong way. I wish it was easier to go through. This angle is not doing anybody justice. I should actually get rid of them. They may be throwing me off. To be honest. Just gonna bump into them or something. Be gone. That's right. They're making their merry way. They're doing it. All right. Now, don't get me wrong, though. I think it's very, very, very pretty. But, eh. Not my thing. Also, super cheeky what they do when actually seeing it out. It's just like, wow. But, again, to be fair, when I first talked to that, I was like, what are you talking about? How am I supposed to know this? I did not realize that you hit that and then it activated and all that fun stuff. Of what you needed. I also wish they stayed lit up, the line, once you were done with them. The one time I want it stayed lit up. Now, of course, again, in Stardew, when they had this, I looked it up. Because I couldn't do the last one. Or I think that was the last one. Or near the last one. It was just, oh my gosh, I kept messing it up. So just to make it easier. Yeah, that's how I did it. And that's how I'm doing it now. So, again, these are just the air quotes base easy ones. Supposed to be. And luckily you're not timed or anything. That makes it a lot less stressful. But yeah, you're not seeing things either. This one was shorter. Don't know why. If you're keeping track, the other one was longer. And I thought it was going to progress because it did a huge jump from the first to the second. I was like, okay, now you got the gist of it. Here's the next one. And it's just like, excuse me? What did you just do? So, chime. Chime. Green. The blue, and then the light. Now, you know, those pretty much did seem doable, right? And if you're good with patterns and catching them, you're good. You're good to go. Now you're ready to get the air quotes finale piece. Pay attention. Did you get all that? Yeah, it increases by like doubles, basically. And it's just like, why? I wish the pacing was better. I do. The droplet. The blue, the green, the yellow, the orange, the red. For whatever reason, I hit the center. Are you I didn't know that was a thing. Oh my gosh. No, it shouldn't do that. It shouldn't do that. I was almost done with it. Alright, don't touch the center. That sucked. so bad, dude. What? Oh my gosh, it got all messed up. That's ridiculous. What are you talking about? If you're in the middle of the puzzle, it shouldn't activate. And then I was like, you did it wrong. Unless it was like, still counted it as me going through it, but then why play it again? And that means you could have just cheesed this, which is then extra confusing. So it might have actually let me progress, but there was no indication. Cool. I love that. So it's even smarter, but also even worse. Oh, that sucked. Alright. Green. Yellow. Orange. Red, don't step in the center. Then we go back to blue, and then we go back to red. So you get an opal. And you get Bell Arch Instruction. In case you ever want to make your own. Don't know why. Alright, but we're gonna go ahead and save it. Again, that sucked during the progression because I thought it basically canceled it. So again, it, I guess, allowed me to continue. If I talk to the fowl, not just an owl. So no one listens anymore, and that's it. Nothing more. Nothing like, you know, about it. That's all you get. Let me talk to the other. You repeated all the songs. Very good. You still need to find hidden melodies. Some may be more obvious. Some require puzzle solving. It helps. I hear to take note. So, yeah, that's the one that speaks it. Yeah, you would think this wise elderly fowl, would have something to say, but nothing to say at all. But yes, those were all the air quotes regular melodies. But with the regular melodies, we of course came out on top because count the wheat hearts in the tree. How have you found so many? Wheat heart rustles with thanks. Happy to have the wheat hearts home. And thus we get wheat heart ribbon clips. And of course the instructions to also make them. So the last little bit is 27. There is 150 in total, in case you were curious. We only needed 4 more, so we'll save it for that. And then if we check here, what we do have is at least 3. And again, whip-dee do. Again, it kind of sucks a little bit. Now, of course, I'm not exactly sure how this is supposed to be activated exactly. Well, because then, okay. This doesn't do anything. So technically we should just get hearts for those. So if you count them, it is for these. Yeah, there's a pleather to go through. I don't really know. You know, when it counts as something or not, because the other ones, right, we activated those. These are kind of free roam. Again, the puzzles were just the shaded areas all around, so that's basically it to solve it, which some of them I'm like, I don't know. But what I do know is that according to this, that's 1. So, great. Right? So I guess it basically doesn't matter. You just start it. And that's that. Again, for some of the puzzles, I really don't understand. I understand, though, that those were the hints. So basically what I'm using, I don't think is too terrible. In regards to just the first ones. As for the other ones, that is what I mean by other ones. I'm talking about the ones up higher and were choppier. I don't know. And also when it said this shape equals this shape, I'm not that nerdy and I'm not really into puzzles. So maybe that's my fault. But I did, you know, at least put in, you know, my minimal effort. All right, I butchered that. This one, this one, this one, this one. There. It mattered which direction. Of course. Alright, and then they also differ, of course. So this one, I mean, I would say is fine that they differ in length, but the ones that were patterned, oh my gosh. That was bad. Because you would find these anywhere, so. I should probably put the mouse there. Okay. Next. Goes to that one. Then we go purple. Teardrop. Purple, then this one. Awesome. And then we loop it. Teardrop. That. And then I gotta go in a circle. And then me saying it out loud just helps me, so I do apologize if I miss anything though. It is on the live side of things. It's just hard to keep track of all of them. All right. Yellow, orange, yellow, orange, red, orange, red, orange, yellow. Alrighty. And then yellow, orange, yellow. This blue, green, yellow, orange, orange, yellow. Very well. Next one is actually a bit shorter. We go green, yellow, green, yellow, green, the blue, and then the blue. was like, yeah, that wasn't so bad. Well, the next one is actually quite a do-si-do, if you will. Yeah. So, better keep up. We got a red. A blue. A green. Yellow. Yellow. 1, 2, 3 for the green. 2 more for the yellow. Orange. 2 for the red. 2 for the orange. 1 for the yellow. 2 for red. Green. Yellow. Orange, red. All right. We're gonna save it. But just when you thought the pattern wouldn't get longer and more intense. Well, surprise, surprise. We're gonna go yellow, green, blue, blue, violet-y, and then green, yellow, yellow, orange, orange, yellow, yellow, red, red, orange, a blue, 2 more yellow. I meant to say indigo earlier. Orange. Just thinking, I'm like, wait a minute, I said the wrong color. Whoops. But red, orange, yellow, red. Okay. Yup. That one was 1 longer than the other one that we just did. And then what we do is we go orange, indigo, blue, green, blue, green, yellow, green. So again, shorter. For whatever reason. However you find them. And however you solve it, I don't know. But we are now at our final one. Which we've got a yellow, a green, a yellow, yellow, a green, a blue, indigo, blue, green, and blue. So we get another opal. And we get 2 diamond. Yep. So again, the diamonds are around. It's just not easy to get them. But that is the magical puzzle. We talk to the fowl here, oh my gosh, every time. And now we rest, restored. And that's it. And the garden bell is complete. Congratulations, and many of the wheat hearts grant you your wishes. And that's it. That's all you get. But in case you wanted to know or had any not a clear idea of how to get more diamond, that's how they could be obtained and acquired. However, again, the fact that there were 5 for you to make the wand, great. We were gifted one, but I feel like the journey through it is a little bleh. And then also, right, you gotta rely maybe on the minigame, but the minigames are definitely hit or miss. But not my favorite at all. And of course, we gotta basically use those diamonds for chests, which I'm just like, I mean, we don't have to, okay, right? But it's just like, there are 2 places where you have to give up a diamond just to open a chest just for a wheat heart. That's pretty abysmal. So, again, if you were curious to the maths, there are 14 more to go. Again, when that was a huge chunk of them. I know there's a chest off to the left somewhere, like on one of these islands or something like that. And then I do not remember where the other one was. Somewhere up in this hot mess that I'm just like, great. But there we go for more plans. I'm kind of curious how much it takes to make one. There's the disc, and then there they are as well. And then, of course, as far as achievements go, ta-da! Bell Gardener, master all the melodies in the Bell Garden, aka basically use the internet to help out basically for them. Again, since they're all around, at least for, right, the ones that you would take notes for, just take notes of them. I don't know if I went across and found all, but maybe I did. So cool, but I just never kept track, and I mean, the convenience of the interwebs. The other one was just mostly for you to remember, and again, my memory is not very good when it comes to rhythm games, so keeping track after a point would just not be a fun time, at least for me personally. So that's why I did what I did. Play how you want to play, and above all else, get those beautiful precious gems that you may be missing. Now, as far as, again, the chests go, again, that's 2, and then that leaves 12, which I feel like I might have missed some posts. I know I'm missing this pedestal and a gate, and then that other pedestal way at the beginning. It's not a pedestal, but the bit right here. So I don't know where actually that would take us and what that gives you, but that's a few of them. The 2 chests. Oh yeah, there was this, and I do not understand that. Like, does that mean something? But, let's see. Oh, so you make them. It only takes 5, which is still very expensive, but I see. Okay. And then, sorry. Why does it... I like how it also says instruct... and it just gets cut off, but why... Takes 10. Trying to think of which would just be fun, or I'd be disappointed because that's also an option. Let's actually then Steamy at the Seaside Resort. Let's call her. Might as well, right, if I'm gonna do this. Yeah. I guess because we did get it, but I never made them. So yeah, they're a peach variant. Okay. We got 2 back. Cool. And then... I guess I kind of want to see what happens if I choose one that's different. Okay, they actually are speckled. That's amazing. Dang, we got stuff back. Oh my gosh. If only a certain other character actually was just as kind. All right. You can barely see that. And I still want to test my theory. Yeah, still broken. Fix it. Fix it! It says it's the flower one. I did not select this one. Think about it, game. Think about it. I'm just bitter. But what also is still in the wings collections, sorry, and it would be with the trinkets right here, is the lures. There are 58 and I got 6 out of 58. And I would love to basically finish it out, just have them as instructions. I just like being complete, like how I was complete with, of course, the egg pan. So my plan, of course, is as per usual, and that is to none other than use the internet to help guide the way into making them. Now, again, my least favorite thing is to look at it like this, because the ingredients, right? Like, what in the world? What combination? Psh, I'm not gonna sit here and try to figure it out personally. So, I am going to want to finish them out. So that is what I will do as soon as, of course, I have the list. Alright, it is time. It is the glorious time, and on the internet, I was able to organize them by the type of lore they are, so hopefully, with the type, they should be fairly simple, or at least, well, I can hope that it's simple. I mean, maybe it's gonna be just as I fear, but maybe it won't be as I fear. But, I will do my best. And the thing is that when it says one extra piece with it, it's a little confusing, but hopefully I can figure it out. And also the other part to figure out is where everything is. Since it's a little bit disorganized and I accidentally hit the button. Thank you for getting it back, because I did not mean to hit that. I get so confused with the buttons. I know what it says. It says hit X. And then craft. With feeling. So there we go. Tiny Blossom Buzzer Lure is what I wanted to make. Again, I don't know how much you would want to spend time literally sitting and selecting these, but yeah. But that's just the one. And then it just jumps back up. And then it says, then plus any 1 to 2. And then it goes back there for whatever reason. Okay, so that still gave me the same thing, which is confusing because I did just choose that, and it didn't even give me the tiny one. I am so confused. Okay, that's awesome. Like, what? I'm so confused right now. But there's the huge. If I just choose this, I'm just gonna choose it again just to see. Okay, so if I just choose it from there, it does it. That's so weird, but okay, so that's how you do it, I guess. Next one. I guess I should just... Should I just try it by itself? I mean, some of this I just am like, oh. Yeah, okay. So that's the tiny one. I don't know what happened. We can start with the base, I guess, and then it says any one to... That is dumb. That is... Okay, my bad. 2 to 3. So there's the regular. So this is again how you're supposed to, I guess, air quotes, catch fish. But I don't know if there's enough to catch every fish, so it's really kind of confusing to me, but whatever, you know? I do not like this, though. This is silly. But I do think they count in some ways, so that's why I'm doing it. But yeah, just add more materials. Then you'll have a bigger lure, and then cool stuff. So then if I were back out of here... So it seems like it counts it like that. Great. The worst phenomena is happening. So there are those, again, for instructions. And then specifically for the lures, yep. Each individual is, yep, just like food. So... We'll cross that bridge when we get there, but again, it's a little deceiving when it says what it says. And it doesn't say tiny. I think I called that out the other time because I was like, wait a minute. So I think that should be fixed. There's so many things I'm like, this should be fixed. That should be fixed. But it would make more sense for the player. At least I think so. So we need actually the crystal. And thus tiny fizzy pop fingler lure. Alright. And then same energy. It says 2 to 3. We got some back, fantastic, and then we do it again, but this time we add a bit more. I think it's weird the way that they describe this. But yeah, you don't need to use 5, but I like their thinking, but I don't like their execution. That's my one problem. But the next one, the tiny fruity finger lure. Got an apple back. And then 1, 2. Like, if you don't need the 5th one, what's the point? This is for that 1. But what do I know? Alright. For this one that we already made, we just need to add to it. And then add to it. There we go. Congratulations. So then there we go. Added to the list. Next, we're gonna need for the season. Let's just actually just do the tiny. And then same thing. I get what it wants you to do or what you could do, but it's also like can I just have stayed? Like, is that so bad? It's like, what if you already scrolled so far down because you wanted to add just other materials, and then the game was like, we're gonna put you all the way back at the top. And you're just like, why? Now, there is something here that I do not have. So that's cool. That's the a lot of us will not have until we have certain parts of the game. So some of these lures are kind of a no-go right now. That's fine. I'm sure they're very important. On to the next. That's so bad, dude. Same thing, though. Tedious. Oh. But speaking of tedium, I could make this go actually a bit faster. But I haven't messed with those settings on purpose. But I have said my feelings in the past about some of the stuff. But now it's more like, well... If only it was in the same menu. As it were. On to the next lure, which we have not made yet. This one unfortunately requires something that is expensive. This is precious. But of course, it's a magnet. It's a tiny one for now. You best believe I wouldn't be making this. I'd be like, excuse me? Now I understand though having the range of between items, it makes sense. Like let's say you didn't have a lot of something, but... So then it's like that's your last bit, but again, if you can do it in 4... I'm still confused about the 5. Unless again, it's for something very, very specific that I'm missing and not seeing yet. Should have actually changed the way that this was one more time, but that's okay. Now, these are actually becoming a thing that is useful in the way of lures. I don't know what they're for though for fish wise, but very interesting. because otherwise I just turned them into what other resources they have, but I get why they want to make this interesting too, but also I'm like, if this is how you do it, I don't think it's that interesting. Personally. I don't find it fun. I don't find it interesting. At all. Maybe because I just am so done with the fish being as they are, but I like their attempts. I don't remember if it actually was tiny or not. I don't remember this one at all. Sorry, it's not there. Instead, it's in here. At least they're organized. Okay. I'm just gonna do it this way. Hope for the best. I didn't really pay attention to this one. I just kind of went with it. And I'm only using these because I don't really use them for anything else. And watch for the day that they're like, actually, you're gonna want those. And I'm gonna be like, man, everything that I'm trying is literally blowing up in my face. Wow. That's actually also impressive. This one. As the game tries to catch up. So good. Tries to catch up is so good. Sorry, English. Okay, yep, that definitely took care of it. Alright. This one, though, I think same thing. So I'm gonna trust it. And it should be fine, hopefully. Oops. So again, there are a couple of these, though, that we do not have access to, but I'm making what we do have access to. Again, kind of cheeky. I just hope that some of it isn't gonna, you know, be too bad when the time comes. But I also do miss when the fish were just... They're just not as complicated, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. That. And that. So tiny. Again, I swear that's what I made before, but okay. So again, this is where it's like, okay, well, this is where you need the extra because there. Because you have 2 ingredients. But then that means you need to use a little less. Ah. Which then is still, what's the point? Ah. Oh, sorry. I wish I understood it better. But here we go. Sorry, Tiny Stellar Snaggler lore. I did not read the other one really, but Tiny Spicy Spinner lore. I'm getting lost in the lores, being like, did I do that? Should probably make the arch just to make the arch. But if you need one less, my point still stands. Why do we have 5? That was so confused. Why put a range? Just in case you mess up. Okay. I guess. And we're going to this one where it first stood out to me. I think a waste of ribbon though. Waste. And then... Ah! Extra! Again, it doesn't matter. I just choose the same one. Like, after you got your initial material, then everything else is secondary. But we are almost done, again, with what we can do at this time. So... 1, 2, craft it, or create it. So we got Tropical Twister. After the Streamer Snaggler. I mean, it looks cool, right? Then the regular. Great. That. I think that's good. Yes, it is. Now the next one, last one, hurts my soul a little bit. Let's just do it. There it is. The tiny one. It's a tiny twig. Isn't it cool? Tiny twig twirler. You say that 5 times fast. Yep. We'll do that. Again, just to show, because I've been choosing the same thing. Once you got your base, you can pretty much choose whatever you want for the final ones, but again, it doesn't seem like you need to go to 5, which is really confusing to me. To make the huge, I again do not know the benefits. If it's better, worse. And again, since I'm here, I guess I'll just make this one. That is probably the hugest looking thing. And again, those just are expensive. But doesn't really matter which one you put together. But speaking of putting together, there we go. They at least are logged here for instructions. Again, well, the rest are hidden and locked away. And then the lures. Yep, there are 2 that we do not have access to yet because we need a certain area that we don't have access to yet. So doesn't that suck? Same energy though that you have to make all the sizes. And then there we go. I did not realize it's furniture, and that means it says it's topaz. That means you do need to make it for every single one. I mean, if you want to be a completionist. We got one back! Dude, you need to stop moving them. It is gonna drive me nuts. Literally. I don't want to get confused. It does not help. It is not helpful. In fact, it is more infuriating. Let's go. Remember that game. Sapphire. I forgot. And that's fine. Alright. Oh yeah, and then they... You know what? That's fine. It's not like I was gonna remember. Don't look at me. But there you go. Yep. It makes sense. Alright. Fantastic. But that is, of course, also her ability. So again, I don't really think it's fair that she is locked basically behind paid content just so that you can actually have a companion that really does give back for the creation station, considering again that for the creation station, the flowers are very expensive. And I do think that Wish Me Mill should absolutely have that ability to help you out beforehand, because all right, precision play, once you get the hang of the crane, I don't think you need her. I really don't. As for again though, for the Master Gardener, the 50% chance to get bonus seed from dispenser, I just don't make enough seeds, so I feel like this would be, again, better for the fertilizer. Again, the only reason why I called her when I was just making fertilizer is just to get in the habit. Like, let's say I was at the machine and then decided to switch to seeds. It's just a habit thing. But I do think that with that, she absolutely should be a companion and help you with, again, either the creation station for the candles, the flowers, and or also help you with the flowers and getting the benefits in which Kagumyeon has. And they fit the two. The magical girl, the 50% for the mini game reward chance. So, 50-50, you get the, extra 1 moonbeam. And then for the 5% chance of the flower pattern when fertilizing. Again, I've only gotten 1 flower pattern in a matter of speaking, but if you want to call that any of them could be flower patterns, then again, she's great to have and to have tag along. But if they can do that, and I know it's a magical girl part, but like, why not? And I know then, okay, fine, there's the fall apart for the actual creation stations for crafting materials, but I do find it weird when they phrase it as crafting materials. A little bit, because that's the difference. It says materials versus table, but his, of course, is at the 30%. Hers is phase 1 of that. There isn't, sorry. A really good look, because that's all it shows, but 29, it goes up again. And then 33, it is maxed. So, because that's all we get. And then let me see, like, okay, fine, I hit that. That's just more info on her. So, yeah, I don't know why it's so bad. I don't know why hers gets all messed up, but hey, whatever. Because I also tried to scroll through her stuff beforehand, but that didn't work either on the other screen. That is when we actually get to see the level up happen before our eyes. But that is the gist, and that is where we stand with the DLC now. So I feel like we've gotten a lot done as far as what we can do. Again, I think it's over here. Sorry. If oh, whoops. Need to go still further. If you look around, yes. Places like this is supposed to be the key for you. How are you supposed to know which way is up and down? I guess you just start one way, and if you fail that way, you do it the other way. I'm kidding, kind of, but also I know they sort of, kind of, almost, don't really tell you. Weird. But that's kind of the gist too. I mean, for some of them I feel like it would be right from left to right, but when it's on stairs, can't answer that. As far as then for the ones up here, again, and then like the little empty vast cutouts, I could not tell you for the secrets. But that again is how you find them if you wanted to find them on your own. Otherwise, for the base puzzle, all you gotta do is hit the heart, hit the center, and it will play it for you. So if you have a good memory, great. If you want to write it down, great. If you want to use the internet, great. You do you, but they definitely vary in mileage very quickly, I think. But that is how you do get also the bulk of course, the wheat hearts, as well as the very, very special gems that we will, well, hold on to these dearly. Apparently let go of the diamonds to 2 chests, which again is a little bit of a ripoff, because then it's like, okay, but what if you wanted to make another wand with a diamond as the front center, which again, I think the diamond needs to be reworked a little bit, because I think it's probably the least pretty out of all of them, especially the opal being all like, hi, but you know what? Of course, opal looks better than diamond, because, you know, let's be real. It honestly catches the light really, really pretty like. So, you know, that is just how it goes. But for what we have as well, wrong button, is of course to open these. And darn it. All right. Never mind. As far as though for the base part of the game, though, of course, I was in the DLC to do it, but you know, we could have been over here. And again, she is locked behind the DLC part, so a little unfortunate, but we were able to craft the lures that we can. Again, there are some that we cannot, but they are listed in the list. You do need to, if you want to complete your catalog, as it were, catch and make them, so therefore it makes sense, right? Same for the fish. But speaking of catching, I do wish that there was a separate tab for them, because this is a little obnoxious, but at least those are all together. So for example, it does tell you what fish these are good for. So of course the chairfin, if you had trouble, I mean, granted, there you have it, and then the different sizes. I would only hope that by choosing this when you're fishing, it actually will let the fish that it's supposed to catch, you're able to catch. Otherwise, if any fish can attach to it, it's a bust. I think then this is pointless. But for the fruity one, that is the fruity fingler, you have the sailing charm fish. For the spicy spinner, you have the burning perch. For the stellar snaggler, you got the flurry flyer. For the tropical twister, you have the jeweled gulby. Here are the other ones. For the bird bouncer, you have the sandy puffer, as well as the snow drifter. From there, for you have the fizzy pop clingler. You have possibly, as they say, the cavern clamfish, as well as, you know, not a guarantee, but a half dipped dace, which is a little concerning. And then as for the glimmer glider, again, you have the starlight floater and then the summer soul. For the gourd grabber, you have the bog clamfish, and then some say that you might be able to catch the midnight pike. I do not entirely know where this information is coming from, Other than the other information, of course, is getting the almanacs, but then you have to scroll through the fish and then it tells you what those fish like. But again, it's like, well, then without the fish, you wouldn't know. So, yeah, you can see some disconnect. The marsh muddler, which I probably didn't even call out, but Lavore, they say that the Garminium Gar, and then also the Spirit Beta. For the tiny but also mighty metal magnet, if you will, you got the golden loach and then the magma clamfish. As far as the petal pickler is concerned, the crescent minnow as well as the tropical sunfish. For the prickly puller, you have the half moon herring, as well as, again, not a guarantee, but the nebula peeper might be interested. For the shadow spinner, you do have the moonla and then the twilight eye. Again, the fish vary on their interest in it, but got a chance. For the shell seeker, you got the briny clamfish as well as the galaxy grouper, which is the actual one that you probably would want to catch for a certain quest, huh? As for the strange lore, nothing. For the... Uh-oh, I missed one. I made the tiny one? Or did I not make? No, I did make the tiny one. I just didn't make the base one. I gotta go back. But for the streamer snaggler, you do have the floral flyer as well as the pastel perch. Again, the way that they use the adjectives to describe if the fish isn't or isn't is a little muddled to me. But for the last one, of course, the twig twirler, you can maybe have a chance of catching the coastal clamfish. And then again, not a guarantee for this steamy sunfish. So again, this one's kind of probably the weakest out of the bunch. But then that's really disappointing and does kind of give the idea that maybe you won't be able to catch what you want, which again, then I don't see the point in wasting the time. But I do think all the lores should be together. I don't think they should be as separate as they are in the list, but you know, to each their own. But that is what the lures are like. So let me just pick those up. And you know what? I'm gonna call her. And again, my bad for not making the regular? No? Sorry. Do you mean to tell me it was busted? No! Okay, it was just busted. Whatever. Whatever. It didn't even want to help. It's fine. It's good. It's grand. It is swell. But, well, I did have other ideas that I was gonna do. I'm actually a little bit nervous to do it because it's around that time where the game crashed other times, and I'm a little bit, or not necessarily crashed, but closed itself out. So I'm a little freaked out, and I don't want that to happen as I'm trying to make a cabin. So I'm gonna hold off for right now. But as far as, again, also other bits are concerned, that is for the DLC side of things, kind of mixing the two together right now, is that we were able to, of course, craft us being whatever beautiful food we wanted to be, and or, well, material slash food, but not yet food. Don't really know the best way to describe that, but that's the best that I got. And, well, not really looking forward to the other times of crafting, but I do want to craft one in particular. But The diamond is holding me back a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. But maybe I shouldn't choose diamond. Maybe I should just choose the opal. As I did say, it's the prettiest, and we got the most anyways. I just didn't want to go back for the chests yet. Again, I know there's one way up above, and then one off to the left. That's all I remember. As far as the wheat hearts go, again, we don't have too many left, but alas, it is all about the journey to get there, which, speaking of journey, while it is steamy in the Merry Meadows, I did not tempt fate in the ways of the weather for today, but maybe at another time I will test the fate of the weather. So that is where we stand with all of that. And then, in case you forgot, I got scared there for a second, Baku has an outfit, so that's cool. Hopefully, if you haven't already, you know, may want to log in to get said outfit for him. I just realized it did bug out like that again. Ignore that. But in turn, pay attention to the interlude of dreams. I have no idea what this is about, but I'm excited and a little bit confused because, you know, I'm still in the festivities of the spooky celebration. So I'm kind of like, oh, we're already moving ahead, are we? I'm not even sure what this is supposed to be lined up with either, because usually I've been able to kind of have an idea for real world, and then that one's got me, or I guess real world and their world, if you will. But cool stuff. And then as far as, again, visitors who we're gonna look forward to is Monica here, and again 2 days, so gotta keep logging in for her to move in for those 2 days, or at least, you know, visit hopefully and surely at the one place that I spent my heart and blood, sweat, and tears into. Not actual, but, you know, video game wise, yes. So of course that leaves us always guessing and wondering, in turn, how will it be to find the 2 chests again, to deliver the diamond, thus get 2 wheat hearts from the journey, let alone the possible maybe one other place for a lamppost that needs the magical twist of the diamond as well. And of course, given all of that as well, in turn, what will be in store as we progress through also just the base game, considering we've had some interesting quests, let alone the spooky celebration has been quite fascinating in the way of pranks with the devilish 2. Well, I guess only time will tell, but that will be next time, and yay to no crashes this time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, once again, my name is Lisa, but I can go by Lister Lise, and I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you may be.